you've got little ones there and all that stuff. Matt's got mine and putting them to bed. But if you need to like mute yourself or turn your video off and go brush teeth or something like that while you listen, do it. That's how I built this business. I do it while I'm putting my kids to bed, or, while we're doing something else. So don't worry about doing those types of things. That's how we do this as moms. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen first of all, and we are going to get started. But let me just say that like I said, I'm so pumped that you guys are here. And I'm going to close this. Can everybody see that? The Team Take Heart thing? Somebody nod. Okay. So this is our new coach call, and you guys are our new coaches on our team. And like I said, we're just really pumped that you are here. Now, all of you, some of you may not be my personally sponsored coaches, but you are in my downline. But let me just tell you, I am Rachel Mitchell. I am a Diamond Beachbody coach, and I created Team Take Heart. I am part of a larger team called the Dream Team. The Dream Team is actually the #1 team in all of Beachbody. I'm really blessed. I found my coach. She's the #1 coach just because I found her blog. Whenever I was doing the 21 Day Fix, before I even became a coach, I was looking for meal plans for the 21 Day Fix, and I found her blog. And I joined her challenge group. She invited me to it. And so, honestly, I didn't even think about sharing this, but I'm just going to. But, as you guys get into coaching, you're going to do a lot of inviting. You're going to do a lot of posting. You're going to do a lot of putting yourself out there. And let me just tell you that I am the prime example of someone who said no a lot in the beginning. No to Shakeology, no to coaching. I said it over and over and over. But here I am. I'm not bragging, but I've been pretty successful at this. And, I've got some coaches who are being pretty successful at this. And so, don't let a no discourage you or keep you from coaching or keep you from posting or putting yourself out there, because this is all about helping people. And Beachbody, the 21 Day Fix, Shakeology, coaching has changed my life. It's changed my family's lives, and it has changed the lives of people who have joined my team. So I just want to encourage you guys in that way, and just to share a little bit of my story, because I really feel like God led me here, and I'm thankful for this opportunity. But anyways, all that said, I didn't plan to share that. But on this call tonight, we are going to talk about starting your business, okay? We are going to go over your website. We're going to go into your Coach Online office, which some of you, you don't have that set up yet, but you will come this weekend. So just take notes. I'm going to share these slides in our Coach Basics page, so you can go back and look at them. And I'm also recording this video, so if you want to go back and watch it, if you missed something, you are free to do that. We're going to talk about launching your business. That's always a little scary, but it's so much fun and it's exciting. Posting on social media, things to do before we get started on Monday in our official Coach Basics training, and just talk about Coach Basics itself. So let me say first, as far as coaching, I love this opportunity because you can honestly make it anything that you want to. I was talking to Cynthia on the phone today, and I was talking about the fact that you can do it for Shakeology. You can do it just to pay for your Shakeology. You can do it just for the $25 savings a month on your Shakeology. You don't have to do sales. You can pay the $15.95 monthly fee and get 25% off of everything that you do, that you order. Or you can go into it as a hobby coach. Maybe you have a full-time job. Maybe you just want to do this to maybe pay for your Shakeology, to help a couple people a month, and just go forward that way. You like the products. You don't mind to tell people about it every now and then, and the extra income would be nice. That's kind of how I started, honestly. I had no intentions of doing it and building a team and all that. But I've kind of just grown into that naturally. And then the last one is business builder. And that is definitely somebody who's all in. You want to do this full time. Even if you work a full-time job now, your goal is to quit that job, to stay at home with kids or whatever. Maybe you're already at home, and you want to build an income, and you want to build a team, and you want to help other people do the same thing, okay? Like I said, I didn't intend to grow into that third category, but I have naturally, just because I love what I do as a coach, And it just makes sense to me to help other people do the same thing. Okay. And that's why I'm here. So, just kind of look at that, and you can go back and look at this slide again. And just kind of ask yourself, where do you fall? How much time do you have to invest in this business? And that really dictates where you fall as a coach. If you just have an hour every single day to commit to this business, you can do a lot. I started this business just with 1 hour a day. We call it our power hour. And then it has naturally grown into other things. But maybe you have 5 or 6 hours to devote to this. That means that you could really go harder, push harder, and set bigger goals. But look at that and kind of figure out what time you have to invest. And we're going to talk about that when you fill out your business activity tracker and go over that some more. So right now, I'm going to show you what the Coach Online Office looks like. So if you can see my screen, it's an image of Team Beachbody website. I'm already logged in. If I weren't, I would just go up to the top and click sign in, and it takes me to my page. And then I would go to Coach and then Coach Online Office. That's how you get to your business page. Okay. And so here, if you can see, it says, welcome, Rachel Mitchell. It shows my Coach ID. Your Coach ID is going to be very important. Write it down, put it on sticky notes, write it in your calendar, memorize it for sure. You'll use it so much you'll memorize it. And so your Coach ID will direct people to your website. If you send them a challenge pack link with your Coach ID, it automatically makes you their coach, so you have to know what that is. And then it tells your current rank. Yours should say coach. Qualification status, that doesn't matter right now. My status is active. So active means that I have spent at least $50 in this month, or I have orders from other people who are under me that equal $50 or more. So in order to hit Success Club and to grow your team and to get the benefits, you do need to remain active. And so like if you're just a discount coach and you don't order Shakeology every month, you'll go inactive. If you're not signing people up under you, you'll go inactive. And that doesn't matter. But if your goal is to build the business, you want to remain active in some way. It shows who your upline sponsor is. So mine is Melanie Metro. Yours would be my name or your coach's name. And then who your upline star diamond is. So after this call, you would reach out to whoever your upline is. So a lot of I am your upline, but I think maybe a couple of you I am not. But you would reach out to your coach and have a getting started right call. So this is a new coach call, and I'm kind of showing you guys the basics of all this stuff. But after this, we're going to talk about the starter, getting started right, the business quick start form, and you're going to fill that out. Some of you have already filled that out. Good for you. And you're going to fill that out and then talk to your upline coach about it once you fill it out. So down here where it says my alerts, and guys, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to go over a lot of stuff that may not make sense to you, but it's really important. So just take notes. And as you go back and you use this Coach Online Office, it's going to make more and more sense as we go through it. But my alerts, this is really important down here on the left. This is going to show you, so like you send somebody a link for the 21-day fix challenge pack, and they sign up and they order, they create an account. It's going to show you have so many new customers. So when they create an account and make you their coach, it's going to automatically show you that you have new customers. And if you click on it, it's going to show you their name. Oops, I don't know what I just did. I don't want to compose an email. It's going to show you their name, the date that they ordered, what program they ordered, and mine's not scrolling over for some reason. And so all that. So that's important. And then when you go back to my alerts, it's going to also show you, new coaches. So right here where it says there are 13 new coaches in your organization, just ignore that. Those are people that get signed up by other coaches or by me or someone else, and they kind of fall in your downline. What you should be concerned about is personally sponsored coaches. So as you have people who drink Shakeology and they love it, they may switch to a discount coach, or you may have people who want to actively coach and do and run challenge groups with you. That is where you're going to see them pop up. So like right now, let me show you. Megan, you're on there. Misty and Brandy are just discount coaches. They just signed up for the 25% savings on their Shakeology. Let's see. Let me see what you guys are asking. I'm still seeing the pink. Are you really? Shoot. Okay. All right. Let me see. Sorry, guys. Let's see. Stop share. And then let's go back and do it this way. Yep, you're right. Sorry, guys. Okay. So can y'all see that now? Okay, good. Sorry about that. So this is what your Coach Online office looks like, okay? And down here on the bottom left is what I've been talking about, which are my alerts. And then, so new customers, like if you click on that, I'm gonna go over this real quickly, just again, it just shows you all the people that have signed up. It shows you their join date. And if I could scroll over, I don't know why it's not letting me scroll over right now, but you could see their order and you could click on it and see what they ordered, or if they just created a free account, because a lot of people do that. They just go to your website and they create a free account until they figure out what they want to do. Personally sponsored coaches, that's what I was talking about. These are the people that fall directly under you. The other one says there are, like, what does it say? There are 13 new coaches in my organization, and those are people that I did not sign up. Other coaches signed up, and they just fall underneath me in some way or another, but they don't really matter to me. Just concern yourself with personally sponsored coaches. The next thing, under my business. So this is where you will do everything related to your business. So as coaches, you have a weak leg and a strong leg, and I'm not going to go into all that right now because it doesn't really matter right now, but it will very soon. And you can set your placement, whether you want them on your weak leg or your strong leg. You can see your downline. So if I go to my downline and my sponsorship drill down, it shows me all my coaches, my volume, my customers. I can find them, my orders. I can see customer orders and my personal orders. But the first thing I want to show you guys, and this is something that you should do like the first thing that you do, is set up your EFT management, okay? And that's setting up a direct deposit so that whenever you get paid through Beachbody, payday is every Thursday. Well, actually, yeah, it's every Thursday. The week, Beachbody a week is from Thursday to Wednesday, and we get paid on Thursday for the previous week. Okay, so if you don't have your EFT set up, then they will mail you a paper check. It takes about 3 weeks to get, and they charge you a fee for actually having to print the check and mail it. So you want to set up your EFT for your direct deposit so that you can avoid those fees. Like I said, you can see your customers, your orders, all that stuff. And then, let's see, where is the view library? I have so much trouble finding this. The view library section. I'm actually going to go back to my Team Beachbody page, just that first page where I go to teambeachbody.com and I log in, because this is how I use it, and I'm going to teach you guys how I use it. It's taking a little while. But there are videos that you can watch about the different programs, which is really important because, you know, what we're doing is we are helping people. Oh, I'm going to stop sharing this for a second. I don't know why it's taking so long. It's because I'm on Zoom. Hold on. You cannot? Okay. Well, it's going to be funny with me now. Close. Hold on, guys, just a second. I don't know why it's doing this, but hold on, it's going. All right, so this is just my Team Beachbody site, and I'm logged in. So that's the important thing, that you be logged in when you go to the video section. So when I go to videos and I scroll over products, so this is where, so a lot of times new coaches, they say, I don't know, you know, so-and-so, they don't like cardio, they don't like to lose weight, to use weights, I don't know what workout program would fit them. So when I started as a brand new coach, I would just sit here and I would spend like 5 or 10 minutes every day watching these videos. So Insanity Max 30, you know, I would sit here and I would watch the video for that so I could learn about it. And the really important thing that you need to know, you need to write this down, is whenever you're talking to somebody who's a potential challenger, you're trying to help them figure out what workout program would work for them, you're going to send them videos, okay? Just short 2-minute videos to watch so that they can determine if they would like this program. And the way you do that is you click Get Link and you copy it. And so when you're logged in to Team Beachbody, as yourself the coach, and you send them this link, it's automatically going to send them to your website. So if they create an account while they're there, then it would make you their coach. Okay, so that's really important. But as a coach, and just to educate yourself, I would go through and I would just watch these short little 2-minute videos so that you know what these programs are about. And if you need help, I don't mind to help you answer questions for a potential challenger, or to help you figure out what would work. Could you not see that website? Shoot. Lord have mercy. Let's see. Okay. There we go. All right. Here we go. So if you go to videos and products, that's where I'm at. Can y'all see it now? And so anyways, there's all these videos, and you have to be logged in to do this, to get the link and to copy it. Okay. And that is how, like, if I'm in a conversation with somebody, and, I think that 21 Day Fix obviously is a big program for my target audience. So if I send them a video of the 21 Day Fix, I say, I explain the program, what it is, how it works, and I copy this link and I send it to them. It automatically generates a link that puts my coach ID in there. And so when they watch it, they can get back to me and say, hey, yeah, I really like that. What do I do? And then, obviously I would tell them about the challenge group and send them the challenge pack link. So, but for yourself, just as you learn about the programs, this is where you can go to do that. I had no idea what Focus T25 was when I started. I had no idea about Insanity. I'd never done it before. I'd heard of P90X. I didn't know what Chalene Extreme was. So, I educated myself on these different programs so that I could help my challengers. Okay. So I'm going to go back to the Coach Online Office now. The next thing, and that is a lifesaver. I mean, that really, really will help you to provide what your challenger needs in the first place really, really quickly. So the next place that I want you guys to go, and I want you guys to kind of play with this, tonight, the rest of this week until we get started on Monday. But this is your Coach Online Office, and there's so much good information here. And I want you guys to play with it and just kind of take what I'm telling you tonight and just go further with it. But the next place that you're really going to hopefully spend a lot of time is under News and Training. Y'all can see that, right? News and Training. And go to Training. Really, this is like priceless information. And I've got new coaches who start and they never go here, and they struggle, and they come to me constantly with questions, and they're always kind of lost. And honestly, guys, all the information is right here. And again, my job is to help you, and I love to help you guys, but you gotta take some initiative for yourself and learn and train yourself in addition to what we're doing in Coach Basics. That's gonna help you get the best start. So if you go to Getting Started, and so in all of these, under the Training tab for all of these different ranks, you've got this, do this, you've got know this, and learn how. And so under Getting Started, under Do This, obviously connect with your upline sponsor. That would be me or one of our coaches in our downline. Complete the Business Quick Start Guide, which we're going to talk about in just a minute. Drink Shakeology and work out every day. If you're lost and you don't know what to do as a coach, just drink your Shakeology. Work out and snap a picture of it. If you don't snap a picture of a workout, in our world, it didn't really happen. So those are just the basics. Invest in yourself in personal development every single day. So let me find my book. I was trying to tell Cynthia about this book today. But in our Coach Basics, we are going to be reading, can you guys see that? The Compound Effect up in that picture of me. The Compound Effect is a very short, very easy to read book. It's written by Darren Hardy. You can order it from Walmart or from Amazon for like $8. You can go to Barnes & Noble and get it, whatever you need to do. But definitely get that, because personal development is something that I definitely thought was kind of hokey. Whenever I started coaching, I was like, I've got my Bible, I've got my coach, I don't need to do any of that stuff. But personal development is a game changer. And it's basically just investing in yourself and learning sometimes business tactics, leadership tactics. But the Compound Effect is all about, it teaches you about how to just do those simple daily behaviors that make you successful, that compound and build momentum and help you be a successful coach. Things like drinking your Shakeology and working out and posting about it and inviting 2 people every single day to a challenge group, even when you don't want to. And so it's those things, those 3 vital behaviors that you do every single day that are going to make you successful. So I know a lot of you guys are kind of scared that you don't really put yourself out there, or you're nervous about it, and you're not really sure what's going to happen. Maybe you start inviting and people are already saying no, but that's okay. It's those 3 vital behaviors, those things that you're going to do on a consistent basis that are going to make you successful. And I promise, I'm just living, walking proof that is true, because I am not a salesperson, and I just, anyways, that was not me. So anyways, so this is getting started. Know this is the next tab. Let me click on this. We kind of talked about this. Know your personal coach ID number, how to navigate through this website. The last one is learn how, and this is kind of the nuts and bolts of coaching. So it says 4 vital behaviors here. That's new. Let's see what that is. Let's see what it is. Invite, be proof that the products work. Okay, personal development. Okay, anyways, you can go back and look at that. Your business quick start guide. That is what I posted the link to in this page earlier, and that's what you're going to fill out and go through it with your coach and kind of set your goals for this first month as a coach. And I'm not going to go too deep into that because I want you to go through it with your coach, and I may not be everyone's coach. But you're basically going to set your why. Why did you become a coach? Is it to earn money? Is it to just have accountability in your own health? Is it to help other people? Obviously, everybody wants to help other people, so don't write that down. We all know you want to help other people. I want to help other people. That's a big goal. And it's got to go deeper than that, honestly. So what is your why? Do you want to quit your job and stay home with your kids? Do you want more freedom to do the things that you love? Dig deep and really think about it. And you're going to set goals for your first 3 months as a coach. Success Club should definitely be non-negotiable. It should be something that you aim to hit every single month. And Success Club is, so for every challenge pack that someone orders under you as their coach, which is a workout program and Shakeology, that is 2 Success Club points, okay? So an order of Shakeology on Home Direct is 1 Success Club point. So your goal is to honestly help 3 people every single month in a challenge group with a challenge pack, and that's your goal. That's Success Club 5. You want to aim to rank advanced to Emerald in your first month. That is a coach on your left leg and a coach on your right. Now, that does not have to be working coaches. That could be people who just sign up for the Shakeology discount. That could be your husband. You sign up with a challenge pack. Your goal should be to rank advanced to Emerald. And so anyways, you're going to go through that with your coach and fill it out and just kind of dig deeper into that before we get started on Monday. And that's going to give you honestly, like a roadmap for getting started. Find an accountability partner, somebody that's in this group, somebody that can help you, that will push you. Obviously, that's what I'm here for too, but sometimes it's helpful to have someone else, who's in the trenches with you. Can I ask Anna? Allie just texted me. Could you see if she's having problems with anything? Just message her or something. Thank you. I don't know. I didn't read it. I don't know if she's stuck somewhere, if she just can't get on. I don't think she could get on the other day. So let's see. Right. Let me go back here. I don't know why my computer is acting so funny. Okay. So let's go over. So that's the Getting Started tab. And you can go through that and open up these things, print them off, save them on your computer. Okay, and so we go to the coaching. I have hit something and my computer is just acting really weird. Okay. I have no idea what I did. Okay, so this is the coach tab and the training tab. And again, it just, honestly, guys, you're going to feel a lot of days like, what do I do? Like, you're going to wake up and say, I need to do something with this coaching business, but I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to do. Okay, and so it's all right here under this Do This tab. I mean, this is a great place to go when you kind of feel lost. Obviously, again, we're going to talk about so much stuff in our Coach Basics group, and we're going to take it one day at a time. And you're going to be able to ask questions, and we're going to answer them, and we're going to have weekly calls just like this one on Tuesdays at 8:30. But under this do this tab, it just breaks it down into very simple steps, and you can do all these things in your power hour. If you only have an hour a day to do these things, you can do it. Okay, so connect with people that you already know in person and on social media, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. Invite people to your challenge group. Your goal is to sell 3 challenge packs a month. So you drink your Shakeology and you work out and you post about it. You spend 10 minutes a day in personal development. So whether it's reading this book, The Compound Effect, or you can get it on Audible, which is it's audio books. You can listen to it while you drive to work or while you grocery shop or whatever. Invest in yourself with personal development 10 minutes a day. Enroll in a Coach Basics group, which we're already doing. Let's see. We kind of went through that as far as Know This and the Learn How tab. This just gives you even more resources, and just spend a little bit of time here every single day. You can spend 5 or 10 minutes here in the training part so that you're not just totally overwhelmed. But there's some really awesome resources here. Like it gives you a memory jogger. As you sit down to think about who you're going to invite to your next challenge group, it really gives you a really cool tool here. It tells you to think about people you went to high school with, people you went to college with, you go to church with, your hairdresser, your pediatric nurse, things like that. How to build relationships. It takes you step by step kind of through the conversation process, because we obviously don't want to like friend somebody on Facebook and send them a message and say, hey, do you want to buy a challenge pack? We're honestly building really strong relationships with people and letting them know that we are invested in them and we want to help them. Social media do's and don'ts. I posted this, I think, in the file section of our group page. A 5-step invitation process. It's plain and simple. They break it down. Objections. Obviously, everybody's not going to say, hey, yeah, I want to spend $160 so I can lose weight. Okay. That just doesn't, that's not natural for any of us. But people are going to have objections. It may be time. It may be cost. It may be, I don't drink a shake. I don't want to drink my meals. But there's definitely some really good ways that you can help explain and overcome objections when you're talking to people. The business activity tracker is one thing that I really encourage you guys to print this off. It's a week by week tracker. There are different ones out there, but this one is very basic. Like every week you write down your name, what week it is, what your current rank is, what your goal is for that week. And again, it just breaks down those things that you should be doing every single day as a coach. So be proof that the products work. That means drink Shakeology and work out and share about it. Now, you don't have to talk about Shakeology every single day. I still have to kind of be intentional and talk about Shakeology. It definitely intimidated me. I didn't want to sound salesy. I didn't want to say buy Shakeology. But all that is, guys, is just talking about why you drink it, why it works for you, the benefits of it, things like that. And we'll talk about that. Personal development, we already talked about that. Stay connected. In our Coach Basics group, our weekly calls, every Monday, there's a national wake-up call that I typically listen to the recording, but it always gives me really good information. It's always a coach who is sharing their story, their testimony, and it's always somebody who started just like you and me. They struggle with the same things that we struggle with, and that really helps me kind of overcome obstacles and on those hard days when I'm thinking, what am I doing? To hear somebody else's story and how they did it really helps me. So that's something I definitely encourage you guys to make a priority. Social media. We're going to talk about posting. You should aim to post at least 2 to 3 times per day. New contacts, you should be adding new contacts every day. And that just means basically this takes like 2 seconds, on Facebook or Instagram or whatever social media outlet you use. They will suggest friends for you. And I just add 2 to 3 people every single day. I don't follow up and send them a message right away. I just add them as my friend. They accept, they start watching me, and all that. So I just add people. Invite people to a challenge group. Obviously, we don't have Success Club points or challenge groups without challengers, and we have to invite people to that every single day. And invite people as you get into this to learn about the business opportunity. So follow up with customers, check into our team page, Team Take Heart. And so those are just things that you can do every single day. And I promise, guys, just like this Compound Effect, the book that you're going to read, if you do them every single day, it's going to compound, and you're going to build a following. People are going to trust you, and they're going to follow you in challenge groups. Okay. So that is the business activity tracker that you need to be very familiar with. Okay. And honestly, as a brand new coach, and I still track my business, but I would fill that out every single week, and I would send it to my coach, and she would look at it and she would ask me questions. What did I struggle with? And that has helped me when I had hard months or hard weeks and I had trouble hitting my goals. And I looked back, it usually was directly connected with the fact that I wasn't inviting, or I wasn't being consistent in my posts, or things like that. So that's what the compound effect is just doing those things every single day, even if they seem like it's nothing, even if it seems like it's nothing to add 2 contacts every single day. I promise that over time that's going to compound, and it's going to change your business in a positive way. Okay. And so here I'm going back to that coach tab, and it says how to earn. You can learn, there's these little videos you can watch. They're not real long. And then, what is Shakeology? You're going to have lots of questions about Shakeology. And so all these things, there's even a PDF here that says how to share Shakeology. I mean, there are so many resources here at your fingertips. So don't hesitate to use them. Okay. And so this business starter benchmarks, I'm not even going to go into that. We'll talk about that later. Okay. So let's see. Hold on. Let me find my notes where I'm at here. So yeah, go through that, do that, look at that stuff this week, this weekend. And then when we get started on Monday, it's kind of going to make more sense to you guys. And some of you haven't signed up yet. And so I know some of you are waiting until Friday to do that. But as soon as you sign up as a coach, pretty quickly, you will have access to this. So then you can go through and look at it. The next thing is coaching codes links. Okay. So as you start to talk to people about a challenge group, and you go through the conversation, help them find a workout program that they will use, that they will like, you will need to send them a link to a challenge pack. I have no idea why this is being so weird. Okay, there it is. I'm on it. And so what you'll do, know your coach ID, and your username is just whatever you signed up with. So mine is Jansen RK. So if you signed up with a specific username, that's what you will use. And I'm going to put mine in here just so you can see it. Oh, I know why it's being weird. It's because my notepad is on my keyboard. Let's see. All right, so I did that. I put in my coach ID and my username. And so let's see. So for my personal coach sites, it generates that for you. So my site, like if I'm just going to send somebody to create a free account and become my customer, not even if they're buying anything, I will send them to teambeachbody.com/JansenRK. That's my site. If somebody creates an account from there, it makes me their coach. Okay. And so on. I don't use my blog. I don't really use my coach site that much. You can play with that. You can look at it. I don't use my Shakeology site. I really honestly just use my profile page. And when you go there, when you log into that, you will have the option to, and you need to do this. You will set up, create a, upload a picture, give a little testimony about yourself. You'll talk about what program you're doing and all that stuff. So definitely go and play with that. But when it comes to challenge packs, fitness programs, Shakeology, anything that someone would buy through the Beachbody website with you as their coach, it generates a link to that. So let's say, Megan, I'm going to sign you up as a challenger with the 3-day refresh challenge pack, which comes with a 3-day refresh and a 30-day supply of Shakeology. That's going to be 2 Success Club points. So I would just copy this link and send it to you. And I would say, go to this link. It's going to, when you go to checkout, you're going to have to create a free account. When you do, it should say that I'm your coach. It'll say Rachel Mitchell. And then when you check out, choose your Shakeology and submit. And so that person has just bought a challenge pack through me as their coach. And I get the commission. I get the Success Club points. And so this site, it's called Team Beachbody Coach Link Generator. You will use this every single day. Okay. And I'll send you You can find it in the Coach Online office, but I'll post it in our coaching group too. Okay. So does that make sense? Does everybody understand that? It's not hard. You just need to know your Coach ID and your username. So you'll use that to send links to new customers. And there's also a mobile app. It's just Beachbody links, Coach links, or something like that. Let's see. You guys probably can't see this, but it is. Let's see if you can see that. Can you see that? That BB on the side. That's what it is. It's just, you can do it from your phone, which is really handy. So, creating links for challenge packs and supplements or whatever is really, really important. All right, so let me stop this share and go back to our PowerPoint. So that's the Coach Online office. Again, it's a lot of information. It's overwhelming. I'm not even going to say it's not overwhelming, because it is. But as you take time and you week by week, month by month, it's going to make more sense to you. You're going to use it all the time. And so it'll get easier to use, I promise. So the next thing, and quite a few of you, like I said, have already asked me about this already. But before I move on, y'all are good. Y'all are good with the Coach Online office and all that stuff. Nobody has any questions right now. Okay. And you can see the slides, right? Okay. So, like page versus a personal page. This is a very big question. And how you build your business is totally up to you. Okay, so some of you may already have a pretty big personal page. When I started as a coach, I did not. I was hardly on Facebook at all. I would share pictures of my kids, for people who were out of town and who wanted to see them. But I was not a big poster on Facebook. I didn't get on there a lot. I had maybe 150 friends on Facebook, but it was a start, okay? And so there's no right or wrong way to build your business. The options are endless. You can use Instagram, you can use Pinterest, you can use a Facebook page, a personal page, a like page, you can blog. It's just, there's so many ways to start, but I definitely suggest starting with just one. Okay. Because like I wrote on here, I don't even know how to take a selfie. I didn't know anything about social media when I started as a coach. Okay. So I just stuck with my own personal page, and that has paid off for me, because when you start with a like page, you basically have to start over. So you're building a page from scratch. You have to find followers, you have to invite people, you have to post, you have to share. And that's not a bad thing. It's totally doable. And some of you have really good reasons for starting a like page. I didn't start a like page until I was about 6 or 7 months into my business, but there are some really cool things about a like page. You can sponsor posts so that people will see them more often. You can schedule posts on your like page. So there's definitely some benefits. So if you want to start with a like page, you can. It just might take a little extra work. But definitely just pick one. I wouldn't dabble. When I still use Instagram. I don't use it as my main source of my business, but okay, this is silly. I love the filters. I think the filters make everything look good. And I'm kind of learning about it, the hashtags and all that stuff. But my main source of for my business is definitely my personal page. Okay. And that's what I started with, because I already had friends and I just kept adding people to my friends list. And that's what I started. So I chose just to start with my personal page. One of the first things that you need to do with your personal page, if that's what you're going to use, is that you have to make your profile, you have to make it public. You have to make your profile public on Facebook. Okay. The reason for and if you're not comfortable doing this, like I talked with somebody today, they kind of have business issues, like for their full-time job, that may not allow them to do this. But if your page is private, then say Anna helps somebody, and she goes and tells her neighbor and says, hey, you need to check out Anna Johnson. She's got all these recipes on her page. She's got all these tips for fitness. She's helping people get started in these challenge groups. Go check it out. And Anna's page is private and she can't see it, then it does not do her any good. Okay. So make your profile public, and that will allow people to find you. and to see what you're all about, maybe if they're not your friend. And the second thing is your Facebook, your profile picture, okay? It cannot be like a picture of your dog or a picture of, Almost Rebels or something like that. It needs to be a clear picture of you. It can be a picture of you with your family, of you with your husband, but I would not suggest it be like you and your best friend, because if somebody goes to your page, they're not going to know which one is you. But so make a clear profile picture of you. And your face should be shown so that people can because that's like a trust thing. If they don't know you and they go to your page and they can't figure out what you look like, some people will just go away. But if there's a clear picture of you, that helps a lot. So that's one of the first things that you need to do. So, but for those of you who do want to, let's see, you do want to create a like page. Okay, I'm going to show you how. Let's see. So when you go to Facebook, as you see, I've got all these groups over here, and we'll talk about that more in a little bit. But you go down here to pages, all right? So pages, let's see. Create a page. So you can, so I suggest doing it as a public figure. I don't know what, I'm lost. Megan, what did you do today? Did you do this? I can't hear you. Hold on. What did you choose?
I just chose public figure.
Under that?
It was down there at the bottom. Yeah.
Oh, there it is, right there. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, public figure. Okay. And so mine says healthy mommy, but I could choose one that says just Rachel Mitchell. And I did healthy mommy just because that's what my blog was. And I started my blog before I started my like page. Honestly, I mean, I like my like page, but I would probably suggest if you do like a catchy name like that or something, to do it like, say, Faith and Fitness - Rachel Mitchell or something like that. Or you could, a lot of people just do their name. And so, so that's how you do get started. And you can, I'm not going to do it because I don't want to create another page. I have enough going on. But that's how you do it. And you can upload a picture. You can create a banner picture, and then you can start inviting people to like your page. It's fun. I think it's fun to play with. But that's how you create a page, and get started that way. Okay. Let's see. Let me go back to you guys. Can y'all see me, or can you see my screen? What can you see? Somebody chat with me. Okay, let's see. No, you can't see my screen. All right. So let's go back to our slides. All right. So that is like page versus personal page. And you guys, if you have more questions about that, don't hesitate to ask me while we're on here. Because there are, like I said, I mean, there's just no one way to do this. Starting with your personal page is a little simpler because you've already got contacts, you've already got friends, you can just keep adding people. And so that's definitely a good way to get started. But if you choose to go with a like page, that's fine. You can make it work, okay? But the next thing is launching your business, okay? So this is exciting, and this is how you start as a coach. I know it's a little bit scary for some of you guys more than others, just depending on your personality. I know that I wanted to throw up when I posted my coaching announcement because I had no idea what people would say. I had never seen anyone else talk about coaching or fitness or anything like that on my Facebook feed. And so I just didn't know what to say. But luckily my coach kind of helped me and gave me a template for it. But guys, without this part, without launching your business, you don't have a business. Okay. So it's kind of like, say you and your husband or whoever, your family starts a restaurant, you open a restaurant and you just start serving people, you open the doors, but you don't ever tell anybody that you actually have opened your restaurant, or you don't advertise for it, it's not going to be successful, right? So it's kind of the same way with launching your business. You have to let people know what you're doing in order for them to come along and follow you and join your challenge groups and things like that. So without it, you don't have a business. So right now, I want you guys to seriously put this on your calendar that you will launch your business by 9 o'clock tomorrow night. You know, just set a goal. I can share some examples in the Coach Basics page. I'll have some other coaches sharing examples. Some of you have already done this. I mean, do it again. Because you can't just launch it once. You can't talk about it once and expect everybody to follow. So you're going to do this a couple times, honestly. But let me just read you mine. And you guys can read, I know, but I'm going to read it out loud so it kind of makes sense. I just said this was in August, August 2014. And so honestly, I just took the wording that my coach provided for me and made it my own. It says, I wanted to share something with you guys tonight. Some of you may or may not know that I have been on a journey to really change my lifestyle, to eat healthier, to start exercising, and it has really impacted me in so many ways. I joined a challenge group, accountability group, where I get daily support, accountability, motivation, and research, recipes, and tips. Seriously, I've fallen in love with the support, with 21 Day Fix, clean eating, and Shakeology. I would have given up the first week if it wasn't for the people in the group that were sharing their struggles and providing encouragement and accountability. I desperately need accountability to succeed in my healthy eating attempts. So after losing the 6 pounds that I couldn't drop, I didn't even write it right, until I started this journey, and seeing muscles that I did not realize I had, I decided that I wanted to see if there's anyone else that I could help to feel the same way that I do. So I became a coach. And my job is to help others reach their goals by customizing support, keeping you motivated, accountable, and sharing what is working with me, or working for me with you. If you're interested in joining me on August 18th, please message me or like this post for more information. So I gave a very clear call to action there. I'm accepting 5 people into my Clean Eating Challenge group that are ready and willing to take that leap of faith and change their lifestyle. Are you in? And then I put a quote down there that I liked. And so you see the picture. This is actually not the picture that I shared. It's very similar, but I shared a picture of myself, which is really important when you're posting and you're inviting. Don't share stock photos that you just find online. It's okay to use it incorporated with your photo, or use a quote over your photo or something like that. That's great. But don't share stock photos. People want to see you. You're going to find that when you share photos of yourself over stock photos or like photos from Beachbody or something, that people are going to respond to your post more often. And so that's another thing. Don't just go to Beachbody when you announce your coaching and find a picture of the 21 Day Fix Challenge Pack and post it. You know, people are not going to respond. They're not even going to stop to read what you have to say. Posting a picture of yourself is so important. And I think that was so intimidating for me at first, as I know it is probably for a lot of you guys. And your face, let them see your face, you know, not just a fuzzy, blurry picture of you from far away, but let people see your face. You can do a before picture like I did, like I had a sort of a transformation to share. You can share a picture of you with your bag of Shakeology. You can share a picture of you with your challenge pack. You can do a sweaty selfie that says, do you want to join me? Excuse me. But whatever you can, you know, some of you may not have a transformation yet, but there are just so many ways to announce your coaching, but there definitely needs to be a picture of you. And in Coach Basics, you know, if you put something together and you want everybody to look at it, you want me to look at it, post it, and we'll look at it before you share it, so that, you know, your underwear is not showing, or, you know, something stupid like that. But anyways, so that's your coaching announcement. That's how you're going to launch your business. There are so many photo apps that I use. That's one question I get asked more than anything is, you know, what app did you use to create that photo? And so I'm going to type some of these into the chat bar, and you can look them up or download them on your phone. The one that I use the most often is Photofy. It's my favorite. And most of these you don't have to pay anything for. Like, you can upgrade for certain options and things, but you don't have to. Rona Designs, I think you do have to pay for that one, but it's really cheap. WordSwag is another one. That's a really fun one to use. There are, let's see, Pick, Play, Post. I use that sometimes whenever I create videos, or PickStitch if I'm putting different videos together. So those are just, I really honestly just use Photofy most of the time. It's got really cool, like the words, that almost looks like a graphic, like an art graphic and things. That's usually what I use. So those are photo apps that you can use to edit your photos, to put two together, whatever you want to do. You know, to write "join me" across the photo. Megan used one. Hers was good. You need to share that in the group, Megan, so people can see that, what you did. And so you launch your business. It's scary a little bit, yes, but it's absolutely necessary in order for you to get started. And so you want to also post your coaching announcement at high traffic times. So if you look on your Facebook feed over to the right, at certain times of the day, there are more people online than there are not. So you don't want to post it at midnight when everybody's in bed, right? Because nobody's going to see it. For me, high traffic times tend to be like about 7 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning, or at nighttime. You don't want to post it on a Friday night at 8:30 because nobody is thinking about getting fit. Nobody's thinking about exercising. They're thinking about their weekend and what they're going to do. Sunday nights are a really good time to post your coaching announcement and your challenge group invites because most people are thinking about all the food that they ate over the weekend or whatever. And so they're kind of ready to get back on track or to try to make some changes. But I would definitely launch your business like tomorrow morning, tomorrow evening, 7:30, 8:30, that kind of time. That's usually the best time for me. If you look back on my page tonight, I posted a challenge group invite. It was like 7:40 or 7:50. And that tends to be a good time for me because honestly, like my target market is online from about 7:30 to about 10 o'clock. So that's when I posted mine. So you definitely want to do that during a high traffic time. And that call to action is really, really important. Okay, so that very clear you don't want to end it with just say, if you're interested, let me know, because that doesn't give anybody direction with what to do. And I said, if you're interested in joining me, please message me or like this post for more information. Okay, so make sure you have a very clear call to action. And honestly, guys, you can copy mine and change it to your wording into your situation if you want to. But definitely post it at a good time and give a clear call to action so that people know what to do if they want to join you. That's really important. So when you post your coaching announcement, so one of two things is probably going to happen. Either you're going to get lots of likes, lots of atta girls, lots of way to go, what are you doing questions, or you may get crickets. I know that one time I posted my first coaching announcement, I got a lot of way to go, you look great, or whatever. And then I posted it another time at a different time and I didn't get anything, like hardly any likes. And so that's okay. that's definitely okay. That doesn't mean that you should give up if nobody likes it or says anything. But for a lot of you guys, if you post it at the right time, you're probably going to get comments, you're going to get questions, you're going to get private messages. I know I got a lot of likes and a lot of comments, but I did get quite a few people who messaged me and they were like, I'm interested. What do I need to do? What are you doing? Don't get overly excited. Don't get emotionally attached to that person's response or to a sale. Okay. Because this definitely is a process. It is you're, like I said, it's a relationship building process and you're going to have to answer a lot of questions. And I don't want you guys, because I've done that. Like people would say, oh yes, I want more information. And then I would be like, okay, yes, and I would just spew words all over them. But remove yourself emotionally and just start to ask questions. And I posted this picture. I can't remember. I think I posted it in our group page. I may not have, but I will. And it'll be in this document. But you're going to ask questions. You're basically going to form a relationship. You're going to help them figure out what their goal is. What's your fitness goal? Why do you think you would benefit from the challenge group? And I've got this whole list of questions that you can start with. You can ask people to kind of start forming that relationship and helping them figure it out. And then you're going to suggest a program. You're going to say, wow, okay, so you want to lose 20 pounds and you don't know where to start with your eating. 21 Day Fix is obviously a good option for that. So I will say, well, this is a 21 Day Fix. It's 30-minute workouts. It's, it breaks down what you need to eat. It puts in these little containers. You don't even have to wonder about how much to eat. And it doesn't cut out any food groups, and you can start there. And I'll send them a photo. And when I do that, and I'll go ahead and I'll say, as for the challenge group, this is how it works. Because a lot of people are going to ask about cost. They're going to ask about it up front. And I don't want to share the challenge pack cost because people don't understand what they're getting. They just see that cost and they just run. Okay. So they don't understand about the challenge group. They don't understand that Shakeology is a meal replacement, that they're not actually adding to their budget. They're replacing a meal. They don't understand that they get 30 meals in a bag. I explain all that before I can give them the challenge pack link. And we'll talk about this, okay? Well, definitely, I'll give you my wording for how I explain things. And so you don't have to do this like start from scratch. But this is basically how I go through a conversation. You're going to get objections. So anticipate objections. You're going to get, I don't want to drink a meal. It's too expensive. I don't have time. And, so I usually say something like, I totally get it. I didn't want to buy Shakeology at first anyways, but I was stuck. Nothing was working. I couldn't lose weight. I crave sweets all the time. So I knew I had to do something. And so I thought, well, I'll just try it and see what happens. Worst case scenario, I can get my money back, but I had to try something and it worked for me. I stuck with it. And it still has helped me so much. So I just kind of relate to their objections, honestly, because I did have all those thoughts and reactions to Shakeology and everything. And so, like I said, I just kind of have that. It's a conversation. You're just having a conversation. But I don't give the price until the end unless they're just really pushy and they won't listen to anything else that I say. But that rarely happens. Most people are really interested in the workout programs and in hearing about the challenge group and what it's all about. So once you have someone who wants to do it, they want to buy a challenge pack, they make their purchase, you check your Coach Online office. Once it's gone through, you add them to the next challenge group. Okay. So that's kind of how the invite process works. And I know I skimmed through that really quickly. But that's how it works. And we'll talk more about that too. Okay. And you guys can ask me any questions between now and Monday that you have. The next thing that you would do is create a challenge group. Now, obviously, you want to team up with your sponsor coach. That's probably me. For some of you, it's not. But team up with your sponsor coach to start your next challenge group. So for me, I allow my coaches to co-run a challenge group with me if they want to for a month or two until they kind of get comfortable with it. And then I have some coaches who just want to jump in and just do it. They want to take my challenge group guide and just run with it and run their own challenge groups. However you want to do it, that's great. I'm here to support you, but you're going to set a start date, you're going to advertise, and then you're going to back it all up with your daily posts. Excuse me. So for a challenge group, I do require a fitness program and Shakeology, which is the challenge pack. And honestly, this is because my challengers just do better. They do better when they have it all. I have allowed people in with just a workout program, but they just don't seem to have that same level of commitment. I don't know if it's just the investment. I know that it Shakeology works. It curbs my cravings. It's just kind of like my sweet treat. It gives me more energy. And so I do require it for my challenge groups. Now, there are going to be some people that just won't do it, or they gag when they drink a shake or something like that. And I make exceptions. But I will say that people come to expect it, and you get really good at explaining it, and it just makes sense for them to do it. And also, there's always that money back guarantee. If they invest in it and they hate it, they can't drink the shake, they can always get their money back. Okay. So that's something to remember. So you're going to set your challenge group date. You're going to start you're going to create an ad. It doesn't have to look like this. It can be, just your face with a quote or the start date of the challenge group, but I can help you do that. And this was something that I created after I'd been in it for a while and had gotten more comfortable with doing it. But your groups are just going to be this. I posted a picture of my Facebook feed on the left, your challenge groups. That's how you create a group. You go to groups and you create one there. It's really easy to do. But like I said, you don't have to start your first one unless you just want to on your own. But you're going to back that up with posting. So your coaching announcement and your challenge group invite, you're going to post all that up with what you post on social media every single day. And I know we're an hour into this, but just stick with me for a little bit. So posting is the meat of your business. Yes, you're going to launch your challenge group. Your coaching announcement, you're going to invite to a challenge group, but everything is really backed up by what you post on social media every single day. And so if you're not on there every single day, if you're not consistently being present on social media, people are going to check out. And when you come to invite them to a challenge group, they're going to be like, what is she talking about? They're going to go to your Facebook page. They're not going to see anything, or they're going to see you eating a Big Mac, or that, nothing about fitness. And they're going to say, what? Why did she invite me to do this if she's not doing it herself? So posting is just our credibility. It's what makes us credible. It's what helps people trust us, okay? So I tell my coaches, and this I aim to do this, to post at least 2 to 3 times a day. And your posts need to add value. It needs to be something that people go to your page and they're like, yeah, Rachel, she shared that good recipe, or, she posted about her workout photo every single morning. She really is doing this stuff that she's talking about. And so use your own photos, use pictures of yourself working out. When you share recipes, use a picture of the food that you created, even if it's awful, but you'll get better at kind of doing those types of things. I've shared a picture here of Shakeology. Becca, one of my coaches, she's going on a trip. She showed that she was packing her Shakeology in a blender. She didn't post an ad or a stock photo of Shakeology. She posted her own photo. This is Christy. She posted a picture of herself working out in her office at work. It's just real life, just share your real life, but add value, be yourself. For sure, be yourself above all else. But you're gonna, that's the next thing. People will say, how am I going to find people to join my challenge group? People are going to find you and see you, and you're going to invite people that you're friends with on social media. And you do this by leading by example. Again, you can find, 5 things that define you. Maybe you're pregnant. Maybe you like to farm. Maybe you are into league bowling. Maybe you're into scrapbooking. Maybe you have kids. Maybe you stay at home. Maybe you work full time, or your kid's into travel ball, but kind of find things that are you and define you, because I will say it 100 times. That's the cool thing about this coaching thing, is that there's no 2 coaches that are alike. If we were all alike, then we wouldn't be able to help all the people that are out there. So people are going to connect with you based on who you are and what's important to you and what you post about. So definitely, you always post about your workout. Every single day you should be posting about your workout. Even if you didn't do it, you should post that you didn't do it and why you didn't do it, okay? So there are days that I don't work out because I'm sick, or I'm just, too tired, or, whatever. But you should definitely talk about your workout. Talk about your family, your friends, things that you like to do. It shouldn't be all Beachbody posts. Definitely should not be all Beachbody posts. It should be different things so that people don't get bored. Oh, there she is talking about Beachbody again. If you look at my posts, I rarely ever use the word Beachbody, to be honest. So, that's just talk about it. Just talk about things that you're doing for yourself and your family and why you're doing them. But aim to post 2 to 3 times a day. That is how you gain a following. People start to follow you. They start to go to your page to see if you posted a new recipe, or to see if you posted a fitness tip. And that is how you gain a following. Because like I said, if you post about a challenge group or you invite to one and people go back to your page, okay. Matt's on our other computer. What? Okay, hold on. Can you guys still see that? Okay. So people are going to look to see what you're doing. Okay. And if you're not posting about anything, they're probably not going to join your challenge group because they're not going to trust you. So your daily behaviors. So from this point, we're almost done, guys. This is just a little image about your daily to-do list. And again, it's in your Coach Online office. It's very simple. But your goal for the month of April is going to be this: to add 2 new friends to Facebook, your contact list every day. To invite. Obviously, we want you to post your coaching announcement and invite people to your next challenge group. To follow up, okay? Follow up. We're going to talk a lot about that. It's so important. When I first started inviting, I would have all these conversations with people, and then they would just kind of go away, and I never heard from them again, and I didn't know what to do. I thought, oh, they hate me. They hate me. They don't want to be in my challenge group. But people just get busy. People just get busy with life, and they forget, or they just kind of falls down on their to-do list. So following up is humongous. It is so rare that I start a conversation with someone and it ends in a challenge pack immediately. It sometimes takes, a week later. Sometimes it's a month later. I have people who will contact me and say, I've been watching you for a year. And it's time. I want to sign up and do a challenge group. So, don't think that just because people say no or they don't respond that they're not interested. Sometimes they're really not, and that's okay. But just keep inviting, keep having those conversations, and definitely follow up with people. And for following up, my goal is, like, if I have a conversation with somebody, I invite them, I follow up within 24 hours. If I don't hear from them again, I might, the next week before my challenge group starts, say, I just want to make sure you didn't want a spot. And then if I don't hear anything, that's it. I let it go. I don't write them off. I don't say they're never going to be interested. I just move them to that list of not right now. Okay. And I let them keep watching me. And obviously you're going to post, you're going to do your 2 to 3 posts, and do your, focus on your workout and your nutrition. And guys, that's number 5. But if you're not taking care of yourself, your business will flounder. I've had people who were really awesome coaches, and they were great at inviting and conversations. And then they just decided that they would rather skip their workouts and not do their meal plans or clean eating. And they put on a lot of weight, and they were discouraged, and they fell behind. And weight is not a determining factor of success, but whether or not you're taking care of yourself really is. Because I want you guys to do this for you as well as for helping other people and the income. Okay. So last thing, some really important info. Every week we have a Dream Team weekly call. And I was telling somebody today, that is my upline. She's actually the #1 coach in Beachbody. You wouldn't. She's very normal. She's very cool. But she's very good at teaching these things. Every Monday night we have a call at 8 o'clock where Melanie shares things. The National Wake Up Call, I kind of mentioned that, is on Mondays at 10. And this Coach Basics call is every Tuesday at 8:30. So I know that's a lot of calls coming at you guys and a lot of information. And you kind of just learn our Coach Basics call is really important, but it's really important for you guys to hear from other people as well, I feel. And so, you can listen to these calls, the recordings, whatever you need to do, but just kind of work those things into your personal development throughout the week. And so your call to action is, if you're not in a challenge group, you need to be in a challenge group. Let's see, I'm trying to think of you guys. Anyways, if you're not in a challenge group, let me know. Set up a Getting Started Right call with your upline sponsor. Have your business, your quick start guide, print it out, and we'll fill it out. Set a date for your first challenge group. Launch your business. I would definitely do that this week. And your goal for April is going to be to hit Success Club. And your second goal is going to be to rank Advanced to Emerald. So that is our call. And I know that that was a lot of information. And I know that you guys are probably really tired. But if you have any questions for me, I'm going to unmute you guys and you can ask them. If not, you can post in Coach Basics or message me some other time. But so some of you are waiting till Friday, right, to get your challenge pack and sign up officially, and that's great. That's fine. So do you guys have any questions for me?
I do.
Oh, go.
Can you hear me? You had posted something earlier about the Super Saturday.
Yes, Super Saturday.
Where is that? I could never find where it was at, or.
Yeah, that website's a little confusing. I typically will host one. I'm not, because it's Henry's birthday and we have his birthday this weekend. But there should be one in Memphis. There's probably one in Tupelo. I would imagine there's one in Florence. So, if you Super Saturday is a quarterly event that Beachbody does for coaches, and it's just like local groups of coaches where there's a corporate video from Beachbody that you watch. It's about new programs coming out, Success Club, incentives, trips, and we always do a workout. And it's just fun. I think events, I will say this over and over, you'll hear me say this, but events are important. It's a way to connect, because you run this business from your home, or from wherever you are. And so you're your boss. And if you're not interacting with other people and you're not getting kind of that support, it tends to kind of flop sometimes. And so, that's why I encourage you guys to go to Summit. You guys will not qualify for your free ticket to Summit because you signed up after a certain date, but you can qualify for 2017. But as a new coach, you still get a $100 discount on your ticket for Summit, and you only have 30 days to do that. So sign up for Summit. I've got a place for us to stay. Your part to pay for that will be very minimal. And it's fun. It's a lot of fun. And it's just how we connect and we recharge, and we get kind of fueled and poured into by Beachbody. They take really good care of us and treat us really well. So, you know, that events are important. So if you can get to a Super Saturday, if y'all want to go together, that would be cool. But, you know, as much as you guys can attend those things, I definitely would. Another thing, it's not a Beachbody like corporate event, but on April 23rd, our team is supposed to get together and go to Florence, Alabama to eat together as a team, because I have a coach that's over in Alabama. We're going to kind of meet her halfway. But yeah, April 23rd, we're going to go have dinner. It's a Saturday night. So, you know, you guys, I would love for you guys to go do that. But it's fun. And I feel like it's important for us to stay connected that way. Anything else? Thanks for staying up till 9:12 to hear all that and to hear me talk. I know I have a grating voice. But anyways, so we'll get started. And if you have questions after this and you want to ask me, or you need help like putting your coaching announcement together, and for those of you that don't have your pack or whatever, if you want to wait till Sunday night to announce your coach and all that stuff, you can, when you've had a time to go into the Coach Online office and play with it and stuff. But I did record this. I'm going to share it in our Coach Basics group. And I'll post this PDF with our slides so that you guys can go back and reference that. That'll be a big help. All right, guys. Well, that's it. I will end this. Y'all go to bed, and I will talk to you guys soon. I'm really excited, though. I'm really excited about you guys. It's gonna be a good group. Okay.